Imagine a dog that's so smart it used to walk tightropes in the circus, but today, it spends its time being a fluffy, white alarm system for your home. Most people think the American Eskimo dog is just another cute, white puffball like a Samoyed or a Japanese Spitz, but here's the hot take. This dog is actually a high-maintenance genius trapped in a cloud of fur, and if you aren't ready to give it a full-time job, it'll find one, likely by redesigning your living room furniture with its teeth. Hi, I'm Jhonna, and welcome to Jhonna Unfiltered. This is my diary of solo living and learning about the patterns that make every creature unique. Today, we're diving into the reality of owning an Esky. Disclaimer, I'm not a veterinarian or a professional dog trainer. I'm a pet lover and a researcher sharing my findings from my own solo living journey here in the Philippines. Always consult a professional for medical or training advice for your pets. The first thing we have to clear up is the name. Despite what it sounds like, the American Eskimo dog has zero connection to Alaska or Eskimo culture. It's actually 100% German. It's a descendant of the German Spitz. Back in the day, German immigrants brought them to America to work on farms. But after World War I, people in the US weren't exactly fond of anything German, so they rebranded the dog as the American Eskimo, after a kennel in Ohio. What makes these dogs famous isn't just their looks, but their brains. They were the stars of the circus in the late 1800s. They're so agile and fast at learning that they were the first breed to ever walk a tightrope. Think about that for a second. While most dogs are struggling to learn sit, these guys were performing high-wire acts. That high IQ means they're very easy to train, but it also means they get bored easily. An Esky without a task is a recipe for trouble. In terms of size, they're pretty flexible. You can find them in toy, miniature, and standard sizes. The toy version is tiny, around 9 to 12 inches, while the standard can go up to 19 inches. No matter the size, they all have that signature smiling face and a thick, white double coat. Now, let's talk about that coat, especially for those of us living in the Philippines. It looks soft and fluffy, but it's actually designed to repel dirt. You'll notice that even after a walk, a lot of the dust just falls right off. But the shedding? It's a lot. If you don't like white fur on your clothes, your bed, and your food, this isn't the dog for you. They shed year-round, and they need brushing at least 2 or 3 times a week just to keep the white snow in your house under control. Since I live near the beach in a tropical climate, I have to be blunt about the heat. These dogs have a double coat. That means they have a soft underlayer and a tougher outer layer. While this protects them from the sun a bit, they are very prone to heat stroke in our humidity. You can't just leave an Esky outside in the Philippine sun. They need air conditioning or at least a very cool, well-ventilated indoor space. And please, never shave them. Shaving a double-coated dog actually makes it harder for them to stay cool and can ruin their fur forever. One of the most interesting things about their personality is their watchdog instinct. They are very loyal to their family, but they're naturally suspicious of strangers. They won't usually bite, but they will bark. A lot. If a leaf blows across your front gate, an Esky will let you know. If you live in a quiet apartment building with thin walls, your neighbors might not be your fans for very long. They also suffer from something called separation anxiety. Because they're so smart and so bonded to their owners, they don't handle being left alone for 8 or 10 hours a day. They're Velcro dogs. They want to be wherever you are. If you're a busy professional who's never home, this breed will likely become destructive or bark until the sun goes down out of sheer stress. Health-wise, they're generally sturdy and can live up to 15 years. However, you have to watch out for hip problems and eye issues like progressive retinal atrophy, which is just a fancy way of saying their vision can get worse as they get older. Also, because they're white, they often get those reddish tear stains under their eyes. In a humid place like the Philippines, you have to keep their face dry so they don't get skin infections. I've spent a lot of time looking at pictures of these dogs online because, let's be honest, they're expensive and hard to find here. They look like a dream, but the reality is they're like a smart, high-energy toddler that never grows up. They need walks, they need puzzles, and they need you to be the boss. So, if you're looking for a dog that's just a living stuffed toy to sit on the sofa, keep looking. But if you want a partner who can learn any trick in the book and will stay by your side through everything, the Esky is incredible. Just make sure you have a good vacuum cleaner and a very cold room for them to sleep in. Thanks for watching. If this video resonated with you, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I want to be upfront and share that I use this text-to-speech voice to tell my stories because as a full-time ESL teacher, I have to be very careful with my vocal cords. Managing vocal nodules means I have to save my voice for my students, but I didn't want that to stop me from sharing these unfiltered thoughts with you. I'm Jhonna, and I'm currently working toward my goal of 1,000 subscribers so I can finally monetize this channel and turn this passion into a sustainable part of my future. This is my diary of solo living here in the Philippines, and your support through a comment or a sub helps me keep this channel growing. If you would like to help out even more, you can check out the Buy a Treat for My Pets link in the description. My dogs definitely appreciate the love. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss the next update. Thank you for being such an important part of this journey. I'm Jhonna, and I will see you in the next one.